You all have spoken, and I have listened. Top 5 undervalued Pokemon TCG cards up next. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, TCG Funhouse, where we talk all things Pokemon TCG. And that's right, you guys have been asking me in my Twitter DMs, in my Instagram DMs, in my comment section of my videos, Travis, where are the Pokemon investment hashtag top 5 undervalued Pokemon TCG series at? And you know what, guys? It is back. I hear you, and we will be doing these videos more consistently once again because the market has changed even more from when I was doing these videos. But anyway, guys, if you are new to the channel, slap that sub button like Magikarp be slapping that water when he uses his ever-powerful splash move. Ooh, that's all he knows. That's really all he can do. We post Pokemon TCG related content 3 times per week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern in shorts every single day. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into our video today of top 5 undervalued and underappreciated Pokemon TCG cards that are worth buying right now to bolster your collection that will hopefully raise in price down the road. And of course, guys, we're going to be using the Funhouse facts today. It's a little acronym I made for the channel that lets you make better decisions when buying Pokemon TCG cards. F stands for fan favorites. A stands for affordability. Affiliate? That's some affiliates are down there. Affordability. C stands for condition. T for trends, and S for supply/rarity. Follow those 5 tools and you guys will have better luck buying Pokemon cards. But without further ado, number 5 here on the list, in no particular order, is going to be the Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX Full Art card from Unified Mind. A year ago, guys, this card was going for over $50, and it has since plummeted down to that $26 and $27 range, and it is now starting to go back up. So it started to do this thing back when the, our little big bubble burst and stuff like that, and then it's starting to do this, and when cards go down and then come back up, that usually means the community has a consensus of this card is now undervalued. So we went from $24 back up to $27 in the past couple of months, and I expect that trajectory to stay the same. It may not go up as quickly as it came down, but this card being a full art card featuring 2 fan favorite legendary Pokemon in Mewtwo and Mew, and I think the tag team cards really personify the Sun and Moon era. They're going to be extraordinarily sought after at the end of the day, like 10, 12, 15 years from now. So getting like the not most common version, which is the regular GX, getting that full art. Now, I'm going to say this as well. I also think the alternate art promo card is a huge buy right now too. But that might be for another video. Today we're talking about the purple background of the Mewtwo Tag Team GX that comes inside of the Unified Minds packs. It's going to go up in price when you have these major linchpins of Pokemon like this, and the fact that it has already consistently carried good value before really lets you know that it will again. And my favorite part about this card is there's only 11 of these in near mint condition over on TCG Player, which when you look at modern cards, I mean, this is a modern card, but when you look at like Sword and Shield era, Brilliant Stars, like you're looking at like 200 plus cards that you can buy on TCG Player that you can buy, and there's only 11 of these, which is huge. That's massive for me, guys. So picking up that Mewtwo Tag Team GX from Unified Minds, the full art version, starts off today's list. Continuing down on the list today, guys, is a card that all of you are familiar with, and I think I actually had it on one of my lists months and months and months ago, and that's the Charizard V4 Full Art promo card from the Champions Path Elite Trainer boxes. And the only reason why this card is on the list is because how affordable it is. It is approaching the $5 range. I told you guys back when this card was like $7.50, $8 that it was a good buy, and I am doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on that statement as this card approaches its $5 marker. A Charizard full art card for $5, absolutely in freaking insane. We're talking about a Charizard, guys. Now, I know it's a promo card, so they're usually a little bit more common than like your standard V. Not even your standard V, really. I would say the standard Vs are more common than the Charizard full art promo card here, but it's more common than other full art cards that you might get. But the fact that it still is a Charizard, it still is a full art card, and you can get it for $5, that is a steal. That is an absolute steal. There's absolutely no way that this card does not grow in price 2x, 3x, or even 4x in 10, 15 years from now. It's massive for adding these cards to your collection. You're looking at maybe 1, 2, or even 3 pages of this card because it is so affordable, and you can get them in near mint condition. And sometimes when you order them on TCG Player, they will even send you the ones in the cellophane themselves, which if you have them in the cellophane, I recommend keeping them in the cellophane as well. It just adds another layer of this card is not fake, this card is factory sealed, sort of a deal. So if you have it in the cellophane, keep it in the cellophane. But that's not the end all be all either. But this just check marks so many of the boxes. Affordability, get near mint for marking that condition. Fan favorites, Charizard, the fan favorite. Hits so many markers on the algorithm that I put together for myself, and I'm going to be buying more of these to add to my collection, even though I already have some. And I suggest that you guys do it as well. So that's why it's here on the list in the second spot. All right, the halfway marker on today's list, we're doing another full art card, but this time it's not a Black Star promo. I'm going with the Gyarados full art GX card from Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you noticed I just gave Crimson Invasion an F because I think this set is absolutely horrendous, but this is one bright spot of that set. Gyarados is a massive fan favorite. It's another full art card, so it's more rare than just like your standard GX card. And what I like about it is it's very similar to the Mewtwo Mew tag team cards I talked about earlier. A year ago, this card was $15 to $16. It fell significantly, and it just started to go back up in its trending price value. So this card fell to like $6, $7, and now we're at like $7.50, $8. So it's going upwards in the right direction as people realize this card is undervalued. In a lot of this era right now, the Sun and Moon era, this people are catching on to the X and Y thing, but the Sun and Moon era is extraordinarily undervalued right now as a whole. So picking up full art cards, rainbow cards from this era, I think are going to be huge, because it's before we hit the mass printing era of Sword and Shield. So there's not as many of these out there. And again, near mint condition, there's only 35 of these over on TCG Player, and compare that to the hundreds of cards from Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars, Evolving Skies, things like that. So when you have that lower number coming into play, and the fact that you can buy a full art Gyarados card for under $10, as long as this card stays under $10, I think it's a good buy, because it's really going to go up in price. And, you know, when you look down the line, it's Gyarados, it's a full art, it's that second tier rarity. It's just a fantastic card, and it'll be easy to unload because people love Gyarados. So that's why it's here at number 3, halfway on the list. And remember, these are in no particular order. These are just 5 cards that I think are undervalued. Apparently, I'm really liking the Sun and Moon era right now, because I have another Sun and Moon era card on the list, a Black Star promo. Once again, the Umbreon and Darkrai Tag Team GX promo card that came inside that big, like, GX tag team box that also had the Deoxys and Espeon inside as well. But this card is absolutely phenomenal, and I think the reason why it has kind of picked up in price lately is for a couple reasons. One, huge hype around Umbreon right now. People love that Umbreon VMAX alternate art from Evolving Skies, which has caused actually quite a bit of Umbreon's cards to go up in price. And on top of that, people are finally starting to realize that the alternate art cards, like these Black Star promos of, you know, the Darkrai, Umbreon, Espeon, Deoxys, Charizard, Braixen, they were actually very, very good cards and very good artworks as well, that I feel like a lot of people just kind of like glossed over. But now that they're like the mega super ultra rare cards that come inside of a set, people are all about the alternate arts. Like, just imagine this Darkrai Umbreon card and how amazing it looks being inside of, let's just say, the Evolving Skies set where there was Umbreon, or even Astral Radiance where we have Darkrai. How sought after would this card be? Like, it is probably one of my favorite artworks of all time, period. Like, period, guys. I love it so much. It's a little bit at the top of the price tier that I would want to buy this card at. Its max price over the past year was up around like $19 to $20, and it still is consistently going right now, guys, for about $16. So it's only down a couple dollars from its max price. But there's only 26 of these over on TCG Player, so it's another card that's not fully flooded the market. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people think Black Star promos, they're not very rare. There's only 26 of these in near mint condition over on TCG Player. 26! Like, that's nothing. That is very, very low. It is a very beautiful card. The artwork is phenomenal. Umbreon's fan favorite. Evolution representing. Darkrai is a lot of people's favorite dark type and scary horror type Pokemon, which is a big niche in the Pokemon community as well. You got your cute side and your horror side. There's big fans of both. So I really see this card going up in price and really adding value to a ton of collections down the road, because it could be one of those that, like, people are going to forget. They're going to forget about these tag team alternate art promo cards. And then when they see them, they're going to go, what? And their minds are going to be blown, because that's how good of an artwork it is. So that's why it's here on the list, guys. Number 2, Darkrai Umbreon Tag Team GX Black Star promo. If this is your first time watching one of my top 5 undervalued cards, you know in my last slot, my slot number 5, I like to give you guys a couple of cards or a bundle of cards that are related that I believe are undervalued in totality. And it might be really, really early to have this conversation, but I really think the Radiant Pokemon cards that are coming, or that just came inside Astral Radiance and are coming inside Pokemon Go, and likely the sets after that as well, are going to be very undervalued and underappreciated cards, very similar to the amazing rares. And yes, like I was just mentioning before, these cards are flooded the market. There's over 150 Haluchas, there is 140 Greninjas, so there's a lot of these on the market right now, but that is also why they are so affordable. Both the Halucha and the Heatran are under $1.50 a piece to add them to your collection, and the Greninja is sitting around $3. As the time goes by and, 3-4 months goes by, I would not be surprised if these cards really fall in price, with the Halucha and the Heatran being under $1 and the Greninja being closer to $2 in that $1.50 range, just because they're going to be so prevalent. But what I really enjoy about these is they are going to be that special style of card. So every generation, there's a couple of types of cards that Pokemon gives us and then never gives us again, like break cards, tag team cards, which we talked about earlier today, amazing rares, and I think the Radiance Pokemon are the exact same thing that we're getting at the tail end of the Sword and Shield era here, that when Generation 9 hits, they're going to stop. We're not going to get the cards any longer, the Radiant cards any longer. So there's only going to be like a mix of like 12 or 15 of these Radiant cards, in my opinion. If you guys agree or disagree, let me know down in the comment section. But when you only have that mix of like 12 or 15 of these cards, loading up on them for $1, $2, it is such a low risk. It's almost like a can't miss, right? Because they're so affordable. If that Halucha, if you buy a bunch of those Haluchas at 80 cents, 10 of them, right? That's $8. And they turn around and in 10 years, they're worth $4. You've now, 5x'd your value on those cards. Yeah, you just turned $8 into $40, but if you can put that on a bigger scale, it still works. But what I like about it is it's almost risk-free because the dollar amount is so low, and it really can't go any lower than like that 65-cent, 80-cent marker. At that point, it's just nothing. So it's one of those like safe bets that you can add to your collection to where it still looks fantastic. They're shiny Pokemon, the cards are great, and they're non-risk. Like, there's no risk in adding these to your collection whatsoever. So that's why they're here on the list. Again, might be a little too soon to talk about this. You guys know in Pokemon Go, we got the Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard coming. Do not buy those on release day. Do not buy those singles on release week. Wait a couple of months, because I guarantee you they're going to be more common and more prevalent than we think. And it could be one of the more affordable Charizard cards. It's probably going to be the most affordable shiny Charizard card ever printed, in my opinions, if they follow the rarity train that these Haluchas and Greninjas and stuff have. So, and the amazing rares, if it follows the same suit. So that's why they're here on the list. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today in my top 5 undervalued Pokemon TCG cards that are worth adding to your collection right now. And I haven't mentioned yet, guys, every single Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we are live. Box breaking, pack slapping, getting some bangers, guys. We're live streaming here on YouTube at 9 p.m. Eastern every single Friday. You can buy in and participate into the packs at TCGFunhouse.com. Over 15 different options for you to buy. Or you can just come, hang out, talk about Pokemon TCG. I don't care what you want to talk about, anything. I am very active with the chat, guys. Come hang out with us, spend the night, chill. Usually about a 3-hour stream. It's so much fun. But if you guys are new, drop us up, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos or our live streams. Thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a wonderful night.